Today we'll be talking about what a real estate assistant can do for you if you need an assistant to help you find houses. And for those of you who hang around to the end of this segment, I'm going to give away a free copy of my book, My Life in 1,000 Houses, Failing Forward to Financial Freedom, and a free webinar. So stick around. Be sure to get this offer. The job of finding, negotiating, contracting, and funding the acquisition of houses is a huge scope of work, and it's no wonder that many of the most prolific house-finding deal makers out there have even a couple of assistants. So today we're going to be talking about what a personal assistant can do for you if you're looking for someone to help you find houses. Of course, the most important task is negotiating and contracting. And so that's what you really want to reserve for yourself as the deal maker. Almost everything else should go out to your house finding assistant. There's list building, email campaigns, mail outs, texting, cold calls. There's property research and skip tracing research. And there's also the need for property data, the estimation of rehabs, and all the contracting work. There's a lot of things to do just off the top of my head. In some cases, and I'm famous for doing this myself, I just assign my assistant the task of learning how to do something. So whether it's how to do X, Y, or Z, I just buy the course or send them to the seminar or tell them where to find it on the internet or whatever. I assign them, read the book, and go learn how to do this. And that's how I get my assistants honed up. A personal house finding assistant knows how to get into the county courthouse records and find evictions, foreclosures, nuisance and abatements, property code violations, who's behind on taxes, who's filing for probate, who's filed for divorce. There's all kinds of things to learn down there. And then there's the things that you can't find online, but you can go down there physically yourself and find them in the file cabinets. These are the things your personal assistant will need to know how to do. Then there's property data research and skip tracing research. So a lot of times we get these long lists and then I want them sorted by the most lucrative properties potentially to the least lucrative properties potentially. And that takes some time. Sometimes we sub this out to VAs overseas and then bring it back and start the skip tracing here in country. And other times I just have my house finding assistant do this himself. You know, mainly what I'm looking for is all these houses on this list, which ones have the most equity? Like, when was their loan originated? Was it originated last year, or was the loan originated 25 years ago, where there's a large potential for there to be a lot of equity in this property? Now, I also want to point out, and it might be wise for you to write this down, I like to take the first 25 houses myself, the top 25, the ones that can make the most money, and I just work them myself. I put it right in front of me. I don't sub it out to anyone. Those are the creme de la creme, and I'm going to keep those for myself. There should start to be this routine developed between you and your acquisition assistant. This routine of what kind of list are we going for? How are we going to sort this list? Who gets the top 25? And then, when are we going to contact them? When does the list go out? How are we going to contact them? What piece? Is it going to be a mailer, a postcard? Are we sending out email? What is it? And then how are we going to follow up with them? And what's the order of the follow-up? Once this becomes routine, you can start pulling lists from all different areas, putting them through different filters, and then all of a sudden they're going through the same process all the time, the same list. And you develop this routine between you and your acquisition assistant, and the leads should start just stacking up in your inbox. Now remember, leads stacking up. You know, if I had 3 super solid, good appointments every day or every other day, that would be a lot of leads. So keep in mind, 1 solid, good show up lead a day would make you a wealthy person. So before I continue, if you've been watching some of our episodes and you find them inspiring or helpful or insightful, please hit the like button, hit the share button, and of course, if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Then there's property data and rehab estimates. To really know what a property's worth or what you can offer on a property, you have to be pretty solid on the rehab estimates. By the way, I have a rehab estimator that I think you should check out. Just go to 1000houses.com/true estimate and check it out. You get 30 days free, and you should be able to walk these houses or even see pictures of houses and plug in the right information into this software and come up with a very, very, very close estimate. Even try it against some estimates you already have with your contractor, and then have your assistant go out with this software and come back and let's see how close the numbers are. I bet you they're that close, okay? So that's 1000houses.com/true estimate. Check it out. Sometimes there's more to data than what you can get off a computer. That's certainly true when we're talking about rehab estimates. You're not going to get a lot from a computer off that. Someone has to go to that house, they have to put their eyes on the house, they have to plug information into a software or into a sheet, and there has to be some calculations done. This is something a house finding assistant can do too. It saves you a lot of time, and if you'll use that link to that software I told you about, I think it'll shortcut everybody's work in this department. As promised, we're at the end of this segment, and I want to deliver on my offer. I was going to give you a free copy of this book. That's a free hard copy of this 400+ page book, plus a free webinar. All I ask is that you send $7 for shipping and handling so I can get this book to you. The book's absolutely free. Just pay for the shipping. It'll be in your hands. It has launched many a career. So check it out. My Life in 1,000 Houses, Failing Forward to Financial Freedom. Until the next episode, we'll see you.